It's amazing to see it. It's sad to see it. And avert your eyes if you're a Steelers fan. If we have their schedule graphic,
It's like holy crapola,
man,
Batman, right?
4-3 could end up becoming 7-10, 6-11.
Yeah.
When you look at their upcoming schedule after the Colts, they've got
The Chargers.
They'll be back on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Sunday night, Week 10. That's at the Chargers. We'll see that one. Bengals. Okay, but the Bengals beat them already.
Exactly.
At the Bears, back in Soldier Field. You better make sure you've got your pink slip for the Bears, Aaron Rodgers. They may repossess your ownership of the Bears that day.
You're good. Yeah, right.
Then the Bills.
Right.
Oh, and the Ravens. A couple weeks ago, we got a couple of check. Ravens week 14, Ravens week 18. Not anymore.
No.
Ravens are feeling pretty good about themselves now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
They go to Cleveland, and you don't know what the Browns are going to do against them in Cleveland.
Well, the Browns are scary. Right. We know. I mean, gosh, they're the team. They're like Pittsburgh in the old days. They can win games with their defense. A strip sack fumble, a pick six, and all of a sudden you're going, what? We're down to the Browns 10-0 or 13-3. They're scary. And like you said about the Ravens, that's another game I watched on film on Monday afternoon because I was like, man, what happened in that game? I mean, the Ravens without Lamar Jackson kind of dominated and controlled the game against the Chicago Bears. Well, here's the first thing I'll tell you. The Ravens defense is healthy. It's all healthy. Yeah. Everybody's playing where they're supposed to play. And you went, okay. The Ravens got to figure it out on that side of the ball. And I think we know that on the offensive side of the ball, when Lamar's in there, they figure out things in a hurry. So I'm not counting the Ravens out of anything right now. 2-5, the way their schedule sets up, we could be sitting here in 4 weeks and going, the Ravens are 6-5. Watch out. And that's where I feel like it could go right now. So we'll see. But yeah, every game's going to be, there's no gimmies for Pittsburgh. They're out of the category of, that's a gimme for them. Every game, every team is going to be tough for them. When you play defense like that, and then you're an offense, of course, that's, they're conservative. They want to control the ball, run the ball, short passes, move the clock that way. Okay, you get over aggressive, stopping that boring stuff. Ooh, we take a shot down the field to DK Metcalf on the outside. But they're limited on the offensive side of the ball too, right? You heard me say on Monday, Aaron Rodgers, for as good as he's playing, right? You watch them. I watched them on film. Does he ever drop back, 6-7 step drop, take a hitch, and throw a 20-yard in cut? Do they ever hit Freiermuth over the middle and anything? Everything is slant here, flat here, back shoulder here, fade over here. There's nothing down the middle of the field ever that really happens to that offense. So they got issues everywhere on both sides of the ball right now, Mike.
I wonder if he's banging on anyone with the Steelers to try to go get help at the trade deadline. A couple of weeks ago, it felt like a luxury.
Yeah.
Like this is the piece that puts us all in over the top and puts us in position to make a run for the Super Bowl. Now it's feeling like a desperation buy. Who's out there that can make this sluggish team better? Who's out there defensively? Who's out there offensively? I don't know anything about his relationship with Breece Hall, but Breece Hall may be available. They could use a guy to stabilize the running game, pump it up, make it easier to throw, play action and whatnot.
Yeah,
just get more out of that part of your offense. So we know that the Jets, after 1 year of Aaron Rodgers being de facto GM, decided he's not a very good de facto GM, but he's got his legacy tied to this. This was his move that was aimed at erasing the bad taste from the last 2 seasons, courtesy of the New York Jets. And through 5 games, it looked like it was going to work. He was going to have a better ending to his career. And now it's hanging in the balance with the Colts coming to town and the other games that they have after that. And he may end up now not 5-12 because they're already. I'm confident they'll win one more somewhere in the upcoming games.
Right.
But yeah, this could go sideways. And congratulations, Steelers, you didn't lose in the playoffs this year because maybe you didn't even get there. They have to start worrying about whether or not they're even going to get there.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They definitely have to start worrying about whether they get there. I mean, we know that. You look at the AFC right now and where it's at. Sure, yeah, they're winning the AFC North, but we said Baltimore's coming, and they got a tough schedule here where nothing's a gimme. And I just go back to kind of what we've said. I mean, I don't know if there's a whole lot on their football team right now when you look at it that scares you. And that's the big thing. DK Metcalf scares you on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, we got that. That's for sure. We talked about TJ Watt. Okay, he scares you on that side of the ball. But when you're just able to name two people, that means you're more than one player away, right? I mean, it's more than that. They need a player or two on the defensive side of the ball. They need a player, definitely another player on the offensive side of the ball to make them scary that way. But at the same time, I don't know how much the organization wants to leverage on a football team right now where it looks like, okay, like what's its top end potential? Get into the playoffs as a 7 seed and just get in. I think that's what it is. I'm certainly not looking at them right now to go, oh, they're the type of team that when it's January, they're built for the playoffs and they can win a few games. They're not that team right now.
I don't think the 7 seed is going to be in play for them. When you consider the second place team in the AFC East is going to be the Bills, the Patriots. You've got the Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers.
Right.
You've got the Jaguars and Texans and Colts. I think their best path in is going to be to win the division. And be the
probably.
Seed. That may be their only path in.
Yeah, I hear you. That might be it, and that's going to be all predicated on what the Ravens do. But yes, it's going to get scary for them to that point. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers isn't the type of guy anymore like he was 5, 6, 7 years ago when I first started to work with you, where I was like, man, Aaron Rodgers is maybe the greatest quarterback and talent I've ever seen in my life. He can carry a team by himself, right? Yeah, if this was 2016, 2017, Aaron Rodgers, 2018, I'd go, oh, don't worry, they'll be okay on the offensive side of the ball. He'll make it happen. He'll dance around and boom, boom, and throw lasers here, throw lasers there, and they'll be okay. But he's not that guy, as we know, anymore. And he's very conservative in how he approaches the game. And it's just not matching up with total team football right now on the offense and defensive side of the ball.
I expressed my dismay on Monday about the crowd and how many Packers fans were there and how the Steelers fans felt flat and uninspired in comparison to what I had experienced in the past. And I went back and thought about all the times I've been to Steelers games. I mean, yeah. I've been to games in the 70s. I was at a playoff game against the Dolphins in the late 70s. I was there the day that they were 0-2. They'd been blown out twice, and they beat the Vikings. And I was, emotionally wrecked from all the harassment I was taking verbally. There was no fisticuffs involved, thankfully, but now it just was so chill. And I've gotten different explanations from people I know up there as to what may have happened. It could be as simple as Packers fans desperately wanted to go to that game, and the Steelers fans paid for their whole season tickets or half their season tickets in one fell swoop by sitting out one game. But regardless, they got to get that back. They got 5 more home games.
Right. Regardless.
So they got to recapture their excitement about this team.
Agreed.
If they had any excitement, they got to recapture it, or that's going to only make it worse.
Regardless of all that, right, the ones that were still there left when the game was a one-score game in the fourth quarter.
It was so weird. And they were even in the third quarter.
And yeah, you're right. And what have bothered me too, and me, I wanted to chirp back a little bit because as I'm driving to the set to do my post-game podcast and all that, there's 11 minutes in the game, and I see Steeler fans are coming out by, the hundreds, and a lot of them are going, fire Mike Tomlin, and I wanted to go, get your butt back in there and be a damn fan, or I'm going to fire you as a fan. What are you talking about? You're fired as a fan. I mean, you can't even stay here in a one-score game and this big of a game, right? So that annoyed me. That. But, yeah, the Steelers, I don't know where it goes.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.